Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're visiting my channel for the first time, I'm Dr. Jemi Anita. I'm a foreign medical graduate and I cracked my June 2021 FMGE and currently waiting for my internship. Before starting the video, thank you guys for the amazing response that you guys gave for my previous video. I had a lot of self thoughts before posting because it involved a lot of my personal stories and I thought maybe it's too early and none of you would be interested in knowing all that. But thank you so much. I'm overwhelmed by reading all your comments. If you guys did not watch the video, click on the card that pops up. Alright, talking about the important topics for FMGE, this is part 2 and this will include all the subjects which were not covered in part 1. Disclaimer, I cannot guarantee you all that if you study only these topics you will be able to pass the exam. The point of giving you the important topics is to have them as a checklist before your exam and to shift your focus more towards them as the exam approaches. Of course, it's nearly impossible to cover all the 19 subjects, so if you tend to leave out any subject at the last moment, at least try to cover the important topics that I have given you. Let's get started with the video. Let's talk about forensic medicine. First comes traumatology. Know about the classification of mechanical injuries like abrasion, bruise, contusion and all those things. Aging of abrasion and bruise, both of them were important. Know the difference between incision versus laceration and all the other topics I have given you. You have to pay more attention to burns, know the specific versus non-specific signs, and also know about the rule of 9 for the estimation of body surface area involved. And then forensic ballistics, know the types of gunpowder, the discharges and the range. And then legal sections, know the IPC sections. It is very important. Many times questions have been repeated. If you cannot study everything, at least pay more attention to criminal responsibility, IPC sections regarding consent, homicide, criminal abortion, hurt and grievous hurt and sexual offences. Know the cases where you'll need a police inquest and the magistrate inquest, know the difference. And then know about dying declaration, medical negligence is also important. And then comes asphyxial deaths. Know how to differentiate between hanging versus ligature strangulation. Pay more attention to suffocation, especially burking. Know the difference between dry versus wet drowning and all the specific and non-specific signs. And then comes thanatology. Know what is algor mortis, livor mortis, rigor mortis, and from rigor mortis know what is Niston's rule. Be thorough with order of putrefaction. Know what is Casper's dictum and also have an idea about the poisons that can delay putrefaction. And then comes human identification. Pay more attention to cephalic index from race. Know what is brachycephalic, dolichocephalic and all those things. Krogman's accuracy and rule of Ashley, and from age estimation, be thorough with all these rules I have given you. Know why dactylography is considered the most absolute method for identification. And then comes sexual jurisprudence. Know all the definitions like know what is impotency, frigidity, know MTP Act, the new update, the new amendment of MTP Act, and tests for live born. Know the different types of paraphilias or perversions. Tests for blood stain and seminal stains are very important because they have been repeatedly asked. And then forensic toxicology, you have to pay more attention to the images from this chapter. Know how to diagnose poisoning by the smell, color and chemical analysis. Know about the contraindications of gastric lavage and also at least try to cover the poisonings that I have given you. Know all the plant poisoning, animal poisoning. From metal you can do arsenic and from non-metallic poisoning you can do phosphorus. From neurotoxic poisoning you can do strychnus nux vomica. If you're doing cardiotoxic, go with aconite because it is very important. And from asphyxiants you can do carbon monoxide and cyanide. If you do at least these poisonings, they are more than enough. Be thorough with each and every one of them. Let's talk about pediatrics now. Pediatrics can be divided into general, neonatology, and then systemic pediatrics. These three are the most important chapters.
From general pediatrics, you can do anthropometric parameters. Developmental milestones is very, very important. And then national immunization schedule, you'll do this even from PSM. And then breast milk, composition, contraindications, know what is colostrum. If you're doing genetic syndromes, do Downs, Turner, Noonan, Edward, Patau, and Fragile X syndromes. They are very, very important. Inborn errors of metabolism, if you're doing it from biochemistry, just skip them. And Kawasaki disease and Henox-Conlin purpura, know the difference between Kwashiorkor versus marasmus. Neonatology, have an idea about feeding of preterm neonates. Neonatal resuscitation guidelines are very, very important. Respiratory distress syndrome or hyaline membrane disease. Hypoglycemia, jaundice, know what is the difference between physiological versus pathological jaundice. Apgar score, neonatal hypothermia, pay more attention to kangaroo mother care. Perinatal asphyxia, and then systemic pediatrics, know the infections I've given you. Do congenital heart diseases and also the X-ray findings of each and everything is very, very important. If you're doing GI, do diarrhea and the management of diarrhea. From respiratory, you can do croup, epiglottitis, pay more attention to X-ray finding, bronchiectasis, post-streptococcal glomerulonephritis, and hemolytic uremic syndrome. They have been repeatedly asking this. Rickets, scurvy, osteogenesis imperfecta. And from endo, you can do congenital hypothyroidism, the findings, and congenital adrenal hyperplasia. From neurology, you can do epilepsy, meningitis, and neurocutaneous disorders. Let's talk about pharmacology now. From general pharma, you have to do pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. And for pharmacokinetics, these are the important topics. You have to know the substrates of CYP enzyme and first pass metabolism, first order versus zero order kinetics, enzyme inducers as well as inhibitors. Pharmacodynamics, receptors, their types and examples. Pay more attention to clinical trials, they are very, very important. ANS, organophosphate poisoning and the drug of choice. Uses of adrenaline is very, very important. Anti-glaucoma drugs, you'll do it from ophthalmology also. Drugs used in rheumatoid arthritis and gout. And from cardiovascular system, pay more attention to anti-anginals and antihypertensive agents and the JNC guidelines. Endocrine, hypoglycemic agents, drugs for osteoporosis. And from CNS, pay more attention to anti-epileptics, antidepressants, and then antipsychotics. Pay more attention to the side effects of typical antipsychotics like extrapyramidal side effects, and all those things are very, very important. From hematology, you can do anticoagulants, they are more important. From antimicrobials, you have to do everything because this is a very important chapter. And know the classification of drugs according to mechanism of action. At least know the mechanism of action of all the antibacterial drugs, they are very, very important. And the mechanism of resistance is also important. Pay more attention to revised National Tuberculosis Control Program, the anti-TB drugs, drugs used in leprosy, syphilis, meningococcal meningitis, and all the antifungals and their mechanism of action. From anti-cancer, you can do the specific side effects of each anti-cancer drug, and also pay more attention to the monoclonal antibodies. Respiratory, you can do asthma, and from GIT, you can do peptic ulcer disease. Let's talk about anatomy now. Upper limb anatomy is very, very important. Know ulnar nerve, median nerve, and radial nerve, their cause, the muscles that they supply, and the injury signs like claw hand, partial claw hand, eighth thumb deformity, all of them are very, very important. Carpal tunnel, look at the structures that pass through it. Brachial plexus is also very, very important. From neuroanatomy, do the spinal cord. Know where it ends at adults as well as children, the extent. Corpus callosum, the tracts, functions of each and every tract, basal ganglia, circle of Wills, ventricles, head and neck. You can do tongue, muscle, and nerve supply. There was a question in June 2021 FMGE. Cranial foramens, the structures that pass through them. Muscles of mastication is also important. External carotid artery, maxillary artery and their branches. Nerve supply of larynx, pharynx as well as palate. If you're doing embryology, do pharyngeal arches, pharyngeal pouches and clefts. From thorax, you can do azygous venous system, root of lungs, coronary artery and their branches and the area that they supply. The position of heart, anatomical position of heart. And then development of interatrial septum and development of venous system from embryology. From lower limb, you can do common peroneal nerve, tibial nerve, femoral nerve and obturator nerve. Know the muscles of gluteus region and know what is femoral triangle, the boundaries, and know what is a femoral sheath. From abdomen, you can do inguinal canal, abdominal aorta and its branches, and the relations of stomach, relations of kidney, the diaphragmatic openings, rotation of gut and mesentery, pelvis and perineum, superficial and deep perineal pouch. Know what is a perineal body, pelvic diaphragm and urogenital diaphragm are also very, very important. Let's talk about physiology now. First comes general physiology. Know the composition of plasma membrane, transport across cell membrane, know the different types of transport processes, know about membrane potentials, resting membrane potential, action potential, body fluid compartments, and then nerve muscle physiology is the most important chapter. Classification of nerve fibers and also their susceptibility is also very important. Have an idea about neuromuscular junction. From cardiovascular part, you can do cardiac cycle, JVP and ECG, exercise physiology, pressure volume curve and baroreceptors mechanism. And from GIT, pay more attention to hormones. From endocrine, know the calcium homeostasis, know the role of parathyroid hormone, calcitonin, vitamin D in maintenance of homeostasis of calcium. Antidiuretic hormone, their role, insulin, epinephrine, their uses and roles in our body. And from renal, you can do glomerular filtration rate, renin, angiotensin, aldosterone system, know what is countercurrent mechanism. And from CNS, pay more attention to the different types of neurotransmitters, have an idea about physiology of pain, hypothalamus, know about EEG, electroencephalogram, and then sleep changes, the sleep stages, REM versus non-REM, the changes that are happening, and then pay more attention to the composition of cerebrospinal fluid. From respiratory, you can do oxygen dissociation curve, it's very, very important. VQ ratio, lung volume and capacities. Let's talk about orthopedics. In orthopedics, clinical tests are very, very important, followed by the MRI findings and then bone tumors. So, while you're doing imaging, pay more attention to the MRI image than X-ray findings. And from infections, you can do chronic osteomyelitis, mycetoma, there was a question in June 2020 on FMGE, TB of spine, pot spine, TB hip, as well as TB knee. From bone tumors, if you can't do everything, pay more attention to giant cell tumor and osteosarcoma. From trauma, know the different types of fractures, types of healing, primary and secondary healing, upper limb trauma, and the implants used. If you're doing sports injury, do anterior cruciate ligament and posterior cruciate ligament injury, meniscus injury. From nerve injury, pay more attention to radial, ulnar, median nerve and the signs. From joint disorders, do rheumatoid arthritis, ankylosing spondylitis, osteoarthritis. Know the clinical presentation of all these diseases as well as the X-ray findings. If you're doing metabolic diseases, do rickets, scurvy and osteomalacia. Again, X-ray findings are very, very important. And also the signs. From neuromuscular disorders, pay more attention to tennis elbow, de Quervain's tenosynovitis, disc prolapse and spondylosis. From pediatric ortho, CTEV and developmental dysplasia of hip, these two topics are very, very important. Let's talk about radiology now. From radiology, radioanatomy, the radioanatomy of brain is very, very important. In every exam, there will be a sure short question from this part. So do the radioanatomy of brain as well as the circle of Wills. Know the branches of circle of Wills, and all named signs are very very important from radiology. The list goes on. I cannot explain everything to you here, so pay more attention to the named signs, at least have an idea. Emergency conditions are also very important. This also has been repeatedly asked every year. Pay more attention to pneumothorax, the X-ray findings, pneumoperitoneum, pleural effusion, etc. Recently, they have been asking about body packer syndrome. I think there was a question in December 2020 FMG exam. Look at the image and the intracranial hemorrhages, extradural hemorrhage, subdural hemorrhage, subarachnoid hemorrhage. GI radiology is also very very important. Know the bird beak defect of achalasia cardia, esophageal cancer, volvulus, coffee bean sign, duodenal atresia, double bubble sign, Crohn's, string sign, and Hirschsprung disease. And finally, respiratory. Know the imaging of pneumonia, sarcoidosis, TB, hydatid cyst, thumb sign of epiglottitis, and foreign body. You have to locate the foreign body. And from genitourinary, do intravenous pyelography. And also, if you have time, go through mammography findings. Let's talk about microbiology now. You have to know the characteristic findings of each and every organism that I've given you. For example, if you're doing fungal infection, know the characteristic finding that you would find under KOH mount. If you're doing bacteriology, know which one is gram positive and gram negative, and know the specific features. From bacteriology, these are the organisms that you're supposed to do, and from parasitology, pay more attention to the appearance of eggs. And from virology, pay more attention to COVID-19 because there is a high probability that you might have a question. Know the structure of all these viruses I've given you. And from mycology, you can do dermatophytes. It can be integrated with derma. And know the characteristic appearance of Cryptococcus under India ink stain. Madura mycosis, mucormycosis. There was a question in June 2020 in FMG about mucormycosis. Let's talk about medicine now. Do all the diseases I've given you and know the definition, what are the clinical symptoms and the diagnostic methods, investigation of choice if any, and also the treatment modality of all the diseases. From cardiovascular system, pay more attention to ECG, the different types of cardiomyopathy, especially dilated cardiomyopathy, aortic dissection, different types of angina, different types of MI, STEMI, non-STEMI, murmurs, rheumatic fever, infective endocarditis, rheumatology, systemic sclerosis, RA, rheumatoid arthritis, gout, SLE, Sjogren's syndrome, sarcoidosis, ankylosing spondylitis, dermatomyositis, the clinical signs, know what is Gottron's papules, know what is heliotropes rash, Behçet's disease, know the diagnostic criteria. From renal, know the difference between nephrotic versus nephritic syndrome and also the diseases under them. Acute kidney injury, Goodpasture syndrome, lupus nephritis. From respiratory, occupational disorder like pneumoconiosis, pneumothorax, pneumomediastinum, X-ray findings, pneumonia, pulmonary embolism, pleural effusion, the management strategies, COPD, asthma, bronchiectasis, know what is cystic fibrosis, and ARDS, adult respiratory distress syndrome. So from neurology, pay more attention to EEG, epilepsy, Glasgow Coma Scale. One question is sure shot every year. Aneurysm, the types of headache, Arnold-Chiari malformation, stroke, the different types, neurocystic sarcosis, meningitis, the CSF findings of bacterial, viral and fungal meningitis, the difference between them, Wilson's disease, Guillain-Barré syndrome, know the difference between Duchenne and Becker muscular dystrophy. From endocrine, pay more attention to Sheehan syndrome, acromegaly, diabetes mellitus, thyroid, Addison's, Conn's and multiple endocrine neoplasia. From endocrine, pay more attention to the investigation of choice of each and every disease. From liver, know the different types of hepatitis, autoimmune hepatitis, viral hepatitis, alcoholic hepatitis. Know how will you differentiate between them. Hydatid cyst, ascites. From GI, you can do Zenker, diverticulum, achalasia, cardia, esophageal cancer, diffuse esophageal spasm, volvulus, Crohn's versus ulcerative colitis, the findings, malabsorption disorders like celiac sprue, tropical sprue, and then comes hematology, ALL, CLL, AML, CML, multiple myeloma, Hodgkin's lymphoma, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Burkitt's lymphoma, the starry sky appearance of Burkitt's lymphoma. The pathological aspects of the hematological disorders are very, very important. So what my advice is for you is to do all these diseases from pathology. It would be better for you. Finally, let's talk about surgery. In surgery, GI followed by urosurgery and followed by breast. These three are the most important. Talking about GI, pay more attention to congenital diaphragmatic hernia, the types, GERD, diffuse esophageal spasm, nutcracker esophagus, esophageal cancer, Skarsky's ring, Boerhaave syndrome, peptic ulcer disease, know what is dumping syndrome, gastric carcinoma, and the paraneoplastic syndrome and the characteristic findings you would find, pyloric stenosis, Meckel's diverticulum, acute appendicitis, know the signs and know the clinical tests, know what is McBurney's point, Hirschsprung's disease, diverticular, polyps, know all the syndromes like Gardner's, Turcot syndrome and all those things, cancer of colon, Crohn's versus ulcerative colitis, the differentiating features, post-op paralytic ileus is also very important, intersusception, volvulus, hemorrhoids, fistula in ano. Let's talk about liver, bile tree and pancreatic surgery. In this, you have to pay more attention to amoebic liver abscess, hydatid cyst, hepatocellular carcinoma, portal hypertension, the findings associated with portal hypertension and the complications, gallstones, cholecystitis, cholangitis, know the difference, acute versus chronic pancreatitis, the clinical signs and findings, tests, pancreatic cancer. From urosurgery, pay more attention to autosomal dominant polycystic kidney disease, horseshoe kidney, duplicated ureter, pay more attention to the imaging findings, bladder stone, benign prostatic hyperplasia, hypospadias, epispadias, posterior urethral valve, phimosis, paraphimosis. There was a question in December 2020 FMG exam. Peyronie's disease, undescended testis and testicular torsion. And from general surgery, from breast you can do nipple discharge, the different types of nipple discharge and the etiology. Breast cancer, the staging and management are very, very important. Mammography, Phyllodes tumor, fibroadenoma and Zuska's disease. They'll give a case scenario from all these diseases. And from thyroid, pay more attention to thyroglossal cyst, thyroid scan, the different findings, Graves' disease, thyroiditis, the different types, thyroid cancer, the types and management. From trauma, you can do intracranial hemorrhage, the different types like subdural, extradural and subarachnoid hemorrhage, the imaging findings. And also pay more attention to abdominal trauma, know what is FAST and EFAST, the differentiating features. And from other topics, you can do burns, of course the management and estimation of body surface area, hypertrophic scar versus keloid, the difference, the different types of aneurysms, deep venous thrombosis, management, ranula, look at the image, and Warthin's tumor. That's it guys, I hope you find this video useful. Again, do important topics only if you run out of time at the last moment. If you have time, it's always better to go with the detailed videos and to cover everything. I've also mentioned all the resources I used in the description box. If you have enough time, it's always better if you refer them.
That's it guys, I hope you liked this video. A lot of hard work has been put in to create this video, so consider subscribing to my channel. and also like, share, and comment your thoughts. Bye, guys. Happy studying.